Hey, on the channel, first time in the line mania, we've got Mattel Basics. Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Mattel unboxing and review, but no, it's not Elites this time. We're delving into some Mattel Basics. As you guys know, I collect basics. I dabble in basics. I look for guys, or gals in this case, that maybe have not had an Elite or maybe will not get an Elite, and first time in the line as well. And I'll look into that and say, do I need to get these in basic form? By no means am I a basic completist. I'm sure none of you guys are either, but I will dabble in these. In this video here, it's all first time in the Mattel line figures. They're first action figures via Mattel. Some of these will get a Elite one day. Some of these, this probably is going to be it for them, unfortunately. So we're going to do it like we do all the reviews on the channel here. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about them. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. And these basics you can find on Amazon. You can find at Walmart, Target. $10 price point, very cheap. You can also find them at Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save 10% if you want to go there. For me, I only buy my basics at the store. I'm not going to upsell on something that you can easily find with just a little bit of patience out there. And that's what I do. I come across these. I also look at Amazon a lot for some of these basics, and they'll have deals of the day, like $8, $7 shipped. I mean, you can't beat that. And some of these basics are dirt cheap at the end of the day. And they do display just fine with our Mattel Elites, as most of us know out there. So you can't smoke and mirrors those in there. They just don't have quite the articulation and definitely not the bells and whistles that we get with the Elite line. So let's kick it off. Let's start. We'll do it in number order, and we're looking at Basic Series 113. Yes, 113, and it is Mia Yim. NXT version of Mia Yim. We all know she got called up and was with, T-Bar and Mace and Reckoning and Mustafa Ali, all that kind of stuff. We'll note, though, she is getting an Elite very soon in that gear from her T-Bar, Mace, and Mustafa Ali time. I don't know. We'll see how that one goes. Hopefully that one has a removable mask for her. What was her name? Reckoning? Is that what her name was? I can't even remember. But hopefully she has a removable mask, because that was a pretty short-lived gimmick, and we'll talk a little bit more about that one very soon. So this could be our only traditional Mia Yim figure we get in the Mattel line. We'll see what ends up happening there. But there she is right there, glamour shot, her name down below. You got the figure in the packaging, and Series 113 up top. On the bottom, tons of warnings, UPCs, all that fun stuff below. John Cena, no stranger to any lineup. Drew McIntyre, no stranger these days. Edge, no stranger. And is that Buddy Murphy? It is Buddy Murphy. Recommend his Elites. Some really strong Elites out of Buddy Murphy. And then Mia Yim right there. So first time in the line, Mia Yim. Let's open her up. And I'm a rookie. A rookie opening. I forgot the basics. You got to go through the bottom. Got to go through the bottom opening up them basics. There it is. Mia, see you later. Whoa. See you later. Whoa. There it goes. All right, there it is. Mia Yim, plastic prison, looking only like she can look. I guess. There it is. Mia Yim. All right, pop her out, maybe. There it is, up high, off the ceiling, just missed it. All right, Mia Yim, very tight joints. We're accustomed to that on basics, especially at the legs. What does it say here? Baddie. It says Baddie on her pant leg here. I'm surprised. I did not realize that said that. Even looking in the package, I missed that somehow. This is an okay basic. Okay as far as the body and the legs and the stuff go. It's not as tight and crazy as some of these other basics that we get. We got the boot rotation. You got ankle, of course. You got knees. You got thigh swivel. You got the hip there. You got the waist. You got the arms go up and down, all that fun stuff. You got the elbows, and then you got the wrists. So you do get articulation with these. Traditionally, though, very difficult, rough articulation. Her head scan, they got her in the midst of mean mugging. You know, this one, she was a bad guy, obviously. I don't know. It does look like her, but it doesn't look like her at the same time. I think that makes sense. I don't know. She looks a little bit off. Looks a little bit full in the face. It just looks a little full. Like she's packing some walnuts like a squirrel for the winter or something. But it's okay. I mean, it represents mean mugging days. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of paint problems here. Right there on the chest, we got some paint scratches there. And then we got a little bit on the side of the head. So we paint imperfections here a little bit. That's unfortunate. She does have her tattoos on her back, but one of the tattoos is smudged, and there's also another smudge on the back. So some of the paint quality control on this one, not the absolute best there. But we do get somewhat of a new mold here. You get this little, like, I don't even know what you call it. It's like, not a skirt, but a little rope, almost like Jeff Hardy, but different. Wrapped around her waist, so that is a little thing to take the appearance to be a little bit different there. Of course, she'll fit on a ringside collectible stand, as you guys know. They're made for this, so they probably should. But it's all right. This is an okay representation of Mia Yim. I could see you having this one on your NXT shelf. A lot of people have an NXT collection. Put this Mia Yim over there. You're going to get the new Elite very soon. Put that in your WWE Raw SmackDown collection, however you decide to do it. But there it is. Mia Yim is what it is. Not the worst, not the best. A little paint imperfections is unfortunate, though, if you ask me. So there's Mia Yim. Now let's take a look at our old buddy. Yes, our old pal, Humberto. Oh, Humberto. Much like Oberto, the beef jerky pepperoni sticks and stuff. But no, it's Humberto. Now, Humberto is one of the ones in the basic lineup that we've been seeing a lot recently. There's always a chase one in the basic lineup, and a lot of times it's the first time in the line. We see this with Humberto. We see it with Austin Theory, Jake Atlas. There's been numerous first times in the line that get a chase figure. I think that is somewhat cool. Chelsea Green, there's another one. It is kind of cool because it gives them two figures. And I don't know, is Humberto going to get an Elite? I feel like he's been around long enough he might eventually get an Elite. But some of those guys, they aren't. So it's a cool way to get two figures. Yes, the head scan is usually the exact same, but you get different tight colors, stuff like that. I think Humberto maybe had a white outfit. And for most of these chases and these basics, it doesn't really matter to me which one I get. I know like Austin Theory, I think he has black tights or red tights. It didn't matter to me. It was either or, whichever one I came across first, that's what I went with. And Humberto is the same way. So let's take a look at the packaging on Humberto. Series 115 up at the top, WWE, first time in the line. You got his name down there. You got his smiling, beautiful face right there. Just getting ready to give you a little wink. But there he is, Humberto. And then you got the packaging, of course. And then on the back, we got the UPCs on the bottom, all the warnings. We got Becky Lynch. We got Braun Strowman. We've got... Is that Tegan? Yep, Tegan Knox, another first time in the line. We'll do some of those girl figures very shortly on the channel. That's probably the next round of basic unboxings. And then we got Big E, and we got Humberto, of course. So there it is. Quite the lineup, and 115. And there it is. And all these figures you could probably still get between Amazon, eBay, see you later, wherever you want to look, and wherever you choose to get your figures. You can probably get them pretty close to cost still to this day as we film this video. A little plastic prison for old Humberto. A half plastic prison, as his legs are not in the prison. Saving plastic. Got to save the earth. See you later up high. There it goes. All right, Humberto, what do you got for me? Humberto, very, very stiff joints. Like I said, these basics, you feel like you've got to break these things because their knees are almost unplayable. But, you know, basics, I always say, too, is they are for little kids. Most parents out there, you know, maybe you're a parent like me. You're going to go to the store and you're going to see Elites and you're going to see basics. Well, if you got a little 3 or 4-year-old, what are you going to buy? That $20 for a one figure, or are you going to buy him 2 basics? That's probably where you're going to lean. And most kids at a really early age don't care. They're just happy to get wrestling figures. I would have been the same way. So basics really do serve a purpose out there, even though a lot of collectors kind of frown upon them, turn their nose up at them. They do have a place in the headspace of wrestling figures. And like myself, I dabble in them. I'm sure some of you guys dabble in them as well. But Humberto, a pretty good look on him. It looks like him. He's got his little haircut. You know, it's a hip cut for all the kids these days. He's got that going on. Got good decorations on his pants. Got the HC for Humberto Carrillo. Easy for me to say. Got all the articulation we're used to. The boot molds move. I wish we had ankle articulation on these. That would really help these figures a lot. But I understand it's more cost. It puts more cost into the figures. All that fun stuff. Ringside collectible stand. You know he'll fit. They're made for this. So he fits just fine on there. It's a strong one. Like I said, I think you could probably, if you play a little of that long game, you might be able to pass on this Humberto, as I do feel he will probably have an Elite one of these days. He'll be one of those deep cut Elites that's in there somewhere. I gotta think that'll happen. But Humberto, Mia Yim, we got 2 of them done. Let's move on to Series 118. Yes, that's next in line. And we've got Austin Theory, an NXT staple. There he is, Austin Theory. In the package, first time in the line, WWE Series 118 up top. And then you got Austin Theory's name, and you got a little glamour shot of him. On the back, you've got UPCs, you got warnings, all that fun stuff. Then you got Finn Balor, Jeff Hardy, the Viking Raiders. Very cool to see them here. And then you got Austin Theory as well. Like I said, he does have a chase attire, I believe is the black. I believe that's correct. But not bad. I think there's been an announcement that Austin Theory is getting an Elite figure. If I could be off, but I feel like he's getting one at like 95 or 96, something like that. I could be wrong, don't quote me, but I think that's the case. So I don't know. Let's see. Looking at it, I don't see any painting imperfections. Don't see any problems. He does seem like he's a bit tall. It'll be interesting putting him next to Mr. Dejakovic and see the height difference between these two figures. But let's see. Let's get him out of the package first. See you later. And see you later off to that side. There it goes. What a mess I got to clean up when I'm done here. There he is, Austin Theory in the plastic prison. Part of the way, as you guys know. But he just did come back for the wedding last week on NXT. I don't know where his future is. I went to SmackDown 2 months ago, I don't know when it was, and he was in a dark match. So we'll see what ends up happening with Austin Theory, where he ends up going. Can I get him out of the package? That's the million-dollar question. There it is. See you later up high. There it goes. All right, Austin Theory. Now he's got that super ripped, jacked up dude torso. It almost looks like the head doesn't belong on the body is almost what it looks like. We've seen that before with some figures out there. Kind of cool on the side of his tights. Got a picture of himself on there. That's kind of cool. And he's got all day on the other side. So you've got a little bit of action on his butt there. He's got the red knee pads. Oh, these knees are tough to burn and turn, but they work. We can get them turned. Typical basic articulation across the board. Actually, not a terrible head scan. It definitely looks like him. I always say the test is if you pop their head off, can you say who they are without their body? And I think you could tell this is Austin Theory. I don't know. I don't know which one's better, is the black or red. To me, I could have bought both. Like I said, the red just seemed to catch my eye a little bit more, so that's the way I went. I don't think you can go wrong either way. Depends how big of an Austin Theory fan you are at the end of the day as well. If you're a big Austin Theory fan, you need both of them. If you just need one to represent your collection and you don't really care a whole lot, I think you're fine. I went with red. It just caught my eye more than the black, so that's the way, no pun intended, I went. So there it is. There's Austin Theory. First time in the line, all these guys, remember, they're all first time in the line. I do think they're all going to get elites. I just don't think, like Mia Yim, so far we're not getting this version as an elite. I think these two are pretty safe. But then we turn our attention to Dominik Dejakovic. Very easy for me to say. I don't know if we'll ever get an elite version of this Dominik. Unfortunately, he got caught up in that whole Reckoning Mace T-bar action, and now he's got a goofy gimmick that just, I don't know. It's just not working for me. I feel like it's a waste of his talent out there. He's a big dude. He should be doing stuff. I got to think he'll be repackaged or unfortunately probably let go one of these days. We'll see. AEW roster getting very full. I don't know if there's room for a Dominik Dejakovic, but AEW to me is great. I love watching AEW. I love watching all wrestling, but AEW, obviously, everybody, all the hardcore fans, really enjoying AEW each week, and it's really blowing away WWE, as I think most of us will say. I'm not giving up. I like to watch all wrestling, as you guys know, but I feel like a character like Dominik Dejakovic could be a nice shot in the arm to an AEW. Yes, they have a stacked roster. Yes, it's very full, but they don't have enough big dudes. You need some big dudes, because if you got all small dudes in your wrestling federation that are all about the same, you just got nothing special. Everybody's the same, but you throw in some really big dudes. How do you know a guy is small until he's against big dudes, or vice versa? And Dominik Dejakovic is a big dude, one of those underrated big dudes. You don't think he's as big as he actually is until you see him in person. So there's my little soapbox. But let's take a look at him. Series 119, first time in the line, WWE logo. Glamour shot of him. Got his name down there. And then he's a big, tall figure here. And then on the back, you got the rest of 119. You got Randy Orton. You got Triple H. You got Lacey Evans. Who else we got back here? John Cena, once again. Oh, no shocker, John Cena. Triple H is a really good figure for customs out there. One of these days, we'll do a customs video. I love an easy customs, and I got an idea for that Triple H, so we'll put that on there. UPC's warnings, all that down below. Let's get down to it. Let's see. Like I said, he has a Chase one. Once again, it didn't really bother me which one I got. See you later. Plastic Prison, Dominik Dejakovic. I believe I saw an NXT show way back in the day with my daughter. Gosh, how many years ago was it? But it was him versus Keith Lee. We all know their big feud, but I got to see that match live and in person, and it didn't disappoint. See you later off the screen. There it goes. Feast your eyes on the dark side, his knee pads say. Very interesting there. And then what's it say? Feast your eyes on the side. Yeah, he's got kind of the Mirko Crow Cop insignia going on. We all love a good Mirko Crow Cop. If you don't know Crow Cop, man, what are you doing? Go look up some old Pride tapes. Love me some Crow Cop. And he's got a little Crow Cop feel to him. He does have that big man disease that we get with basics where their 2 feet start to kind of mold together. You got to really separate them. That's a little weird, but it does happen with the long legs, and I think it's just the hard plastic on these. You got painted on arm pads here. You got knee pads. You got elbow pads. You got the boot swivel like we see. Very difficult to move joints on the legs, but they're there. Head sculpt is good. I don't know if this is one of those ones you pop the head off and you could tell who it is. The eyes are a bit high. They sit just a hair high, in my opinion. That's just the way I see it. But it's okay. I mean, he's got kind of that... It looks like him. I think this is pretty good. These basics, all in all, have done a pretty good job making him look like the character. Is he a character? I don't know. But I don't think we're going to get a Dominik Dejakovic anytime soon in the Elite line. And if we do, it's going to be that Reckoning, Mace, T-Bar type stuff. He won't even fit on the stand. He fits, but his legs are so close together, you don't even really need to stand with this one. But let's put him next to Austin Theory. Well, there you go. It proved me wrong. I thought they were about the same size. That's how they look in the package, but he is definitely much taller. A tall basic. Probably one of the tallest basics we've got. You know, throwing Great Khali out of the mix. A very tall figure, so I like to see that. I'm sure we'll get some reuse out of that body mold one of these days. But very, very long legs on Dominik Dejakovic. Now, we get all of them done here. If I had to put them in a quick order, it's kind of all the same for me. I don't know. I don't really love these characters, but if I had to put them in a quick order, let's see. I feel like I'm doing a sleight of hand trick here. I think I'm going to go this way. That's where I'm going to go for now. Who knows? We'll see. I hope if they do get elites, and some of them will, that they get improved upon, take them to the next level. And then sometimes I keep these basics in with my displays. Sometimes they're moved off to my ring setup and as people in the crowd, stuff like that. And that's what I'll do. Or I'll give them to my kids. My kids get a little older to play for toys. They're not really interested in the wrestling figures anymore. But basics are beautiful for little kids, as we talked about in the video. And I'm sure you guys have given basics to kids somewhere along the way. So there it is. You guys tell me your thoughts on these. Tell me what you thought, if you pick these up, if you dabble, if you don't, if you like the chase versions better. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Grab your very own Kyle Peterson t-shirt. Support the channel. So for the Basic crew, I'm Basic Kyle. See you guys all real soon.